Okay, we gotta talk about this topic, don't we?
We don't talk about shipping. Ship. Okay, let's do it.
No, we don't talk about shipping. One-handed slashettes. No.
Okay, let's do this. Let's jump into an area that we have no business going into, and let's talk about shipping.
Okay. All right. This is brought to you guys by HawkZombie.
Yep.
The original shipper himself.
Mm-hmm. I'd call you a shipping magnate, but at this point, I don't want to give you any more power than you have. All right, so shipping is when you take a character here and you put them in a relationship, usually sexual, with character here for reasons.
Hey, Kirotani. Good to see you.
Hey, Kirotani. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, Terrible Writing Advice did do a video on shipping.
Yeah, they did.
I think it would be Studio Blue's detriment if we talked about shipping in a fan service kind of way. I think instead we need to approach it as, what is it that leads people to ship characters? I mean, there's always going to be an element.
The motivation behind the shipping.
Yeah, because there's always going to be, I want this character and this character to bone. That's going to exist. But what is it about two characters that are in a piece of fiction that makes people want to ship them? Well, let's talk first about what it is that shipping usually is not. It's usually not shipping the two people that are intended. So, shipping like Squall and Renoa together. Okay, do people really ship about Squall and Renoa? Well, they're kind of the main characters. So people will ship Squall and Quistis, or Squall and Selphie, or Squall and Quistis, or Squall and Edia, which is creepy as hell. But I guess you can ship the main romance as well. So there it is.
You could. It's not as interesting though.
Yeah. Because remember, we're not talking about shipping just for weird, I really want this character and this character to get together because it's my fantasy. But actually, what is it that brings people to want to take these two characters from this piece of fiction that aren't together and put them together? So let's talk about that. Why do some people ship Cloud with Tifa? Why do some people ship Cloud with Aerith? Why do some people ship Tifa with Aerith? Why? There's an element of wish fulfillment here. There is an element of perversion, sexual desire.
I was thinking about what I shipped from FF7 a long time ago. The Hall of Shame.
Remember a few videos ago where we talked about Teal and her fanfics? We're going into that territory. Confess.
Oh, it was so bad. I even got posters of the two characters, put them on the wall side by side. It was like, oh, yes. Oh.
Tell him. Tell him.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. It was Tifa and Sephiroth.
Tifa and the guy who killed her father.
Because I had an entire story written out as to why they would get together and why they would stay together. And they even had a kid. God, I even included the child in there. Ah, trope. No. Yeah.
But why?
My shame.
But why?
My eternal shame.
But why?
But the reason that I did it, as Teal was saying about shipping, is wish fulfillment.
Yeah. And I think when you get down to it, I mean, we can analyze the psychology of shit all night long, but I think the reason that fans will ship certain characters is because they themselves find a level of connection. We're always talking about the emotional connection between the player and the game.
Yeah.
And I think upon seeing those two characters in a relationship, they personally feel that relationship would give you a connection. Now, sometimes it is purely physical. Human beings are driven a lot of times by that primal urge. We have to acknowledge that. So a lot of times when a person sees these two characters they like and they ship them into a relationship, usually a physical one, they're seeing this connection that they like. I like this character here, and I feel this connection with this character. I like this character here. I feel this connection with this character. If I bring them together, it will enhance that, because relationships enhance. Well, they should. Relationships enhance both people.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a lot on those grounds. So if you take away any just straight up wish fulfillment sexuality, and you put in more the emotional connection, it's because character 1 and character 2, when they're together, create that emotional bond for the player, even though if it makes no sense in character, like Tifa and Sephiroth.
Yeah. Hey, Roxy, I think it was Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Roxy's...
Who was the kid's name? It was Roxy.
Okay.
Yeah. In keeping with what you said just now, your point.
Yes, ma'am.
Tifa and Sephiroth's kid was Squall. I'll go see myself out now.
Just remember, guys, I had to read this stuff because I was dating that.
You must have really wanted what? Never mind. Ooh, never mind.
I like. We'll save that for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Roxy says, I hate that. I can see that. True story. Roxy also made the statement, by the way, that generally a fun dynamic, regardless of whether it already exists in the works or not, really makes the characters shippable. And that is another issue. That is another thing. If two characters have an interesting dynamicism, they will get shipped. Someone mentioned Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy. They have a very strong dynamic. And, you know, I mean, say what you will about the story, say what you will about the characters, the antagonism between Draco and Harry drives a lot of the plot line.
Yeah, it does.
And so shipping the two of them from that standpoint would make sense. Not making sense with the characters, no. But like their dynamicism. So you could turn that dynamicism into something romantic. Yeah. Yeah. Kira said, I didn't think about this until just now, so sorry for the derail, but one of the best relationship in RPG is Celis. And said, yeah, the father and daughter. Yeah, I think it's adopted. Yeah. But like Sid took care of Celis. And that is flipped at the beginning of the World of Ruin, where Sid will die if Celis doesn't feed him the right amount of fish for the right amount of time. He'll straight up die.
Yeah.
So, you know, he took care of her, and then she takes care of him. And her leaving the island, whether he's alive or dead is not relevant. Her leaving the island is her growing up. She's like 18 years old in the world of balance, I think. She's not a child, but she has a very innocent worldview because she views Emperor Gestalt and the Empire as a good thing. So she has this massively cool dynamic with her father, and then she leaves the island. It's literally her going out into adulthood, and then she can have her relationship with Locke. I know this is a derail, but that is a very good example of an organic relationship that we've talked about before. Let's get back to shipping. HawkZombie said, I also feel that certain media lack certain bonds that the viewers crave, so they're desperate to any affection, even platonic, tends to lead towards that shipping fantasy. I agree. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the media right now that you can watch that have really bad dynamicism between the characters. I'm grateful that they gave Bruce Banner some love in the MCU, but I honestly did not see him with Natasha coming. Like, in the Age of Ultron, when they were in a relationship, I was like, what?
Yeah.
You know? I felt more of a connection to Hawkeye and his family. Granted, part of it's because I'm married, but I was like, okay, yeah, I get it. Flint and his family. Clint. Flint. Somebody help me out here. Hawkeye and his family. That was a cool thing. So, you know, yeah, I agree. So we ship people.
Yeah.
Because what we're consuming doesn't actually have any dynamic relationship we like, especially on a romantic level. Let's look at the Witcher TV series with Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
We don't need to ship shit. We can if we want that fantasy, but him and Yennefer all the way. Like, they cram that down your throat, you know, with that coin for your Witcher. They just put it right down in there. You know, and then look at the TV, you know, look at the TV series, look at the books, look at the movies, the video games, you know. You can also ship him with Triss Marigold. In fact, in the TV series, they even acknowledge that there's a relationship in the past between Triss and Geralt. So, you know, things like that. So I think Hawk actually hit the nail on the head with that one straight up. That if there's a lack of something, if there's a hole, the fan base will fill that hole. So fill the hole.
Oh, geez. Really?
All right, Tifa Sephiroth, you don't go ahead and get to say anything about me making anything that could potentially be taken as a sexual reference when you had their child be Skull. I got raspberry by my wife. Hey, Leaf. Good to see you. Murda. All right, let's see.
Murda!
So let's see.
I mean,
not,
you know,
yeah.
I think we've discussed this topic pretty thoroughly, unless, you know, you guys have another point to bring up. I pretty much think that we've done shipping.
I think so. I think to kind of put a cap on this conversation, the reason that people will ship is because the game itself, because this is game development, doesn't give them something to latch onto that they feel they can relate to. So
that goes to what Caro just said. Sometimes people ship because the writing is bad. Yeah. They don't have the player does not have anything, as Jill said, to hook onto.
Yeah, like I believe in Naruto, it's I'm not a Naruto fan, but I believe Naruto ends up with Hina. You know, instead of Sakura, and Sakura and Susuke end up together. And again, not a Naruto fan, so if I'm wrong, please don't kill me. But the fact of the matter is there anything there? You know, that's the thing. If there's nothing there, then the players are going to go, well, that wasn't fulfilling. You know?
Yeah.
So really the best way to avoid, well, first off, you can't stop shipping. Okay? If you're creating a property, whether it be a movie, a book, a video game, it's irrelevant. People are going to ship characters. It's just going to happen. It's part of what happens when you put your creative work out there for the world to see. But what you can do is you can create a relationship dynamic in your game that the player can relate to. And then if they choose to ignore that and ship their fantasy, well, that's on them.
Yeah, they can do that.
You know, that's on them. They can do that. But don't let it be because your writing is bad. Don't let it be because your characters aren't relatable. And please don't let it be because your relationships don't make any sense.
Yeah.
All right, well, let us know in the comments. And if you like what you saw, let us smack down the like button below, subscribe to our channel, consider supporting us on Patreon, connect with us over Facebook to our Discord, and we'll see you in the next video.
See you next time.